Hello everyone, it's Queen Alina Nyako here, and we have our guest here, Emeka. What was I say?
Hello viewers.
Hello, yeah. You're welcome to my YouTube channel. Sure, we have seen you before, so you're welcome back. So we want him to tell us, or we're going to discuss about staying in Scotland and in England. Like, he has lived in both sides. I mean, if you're able to spend
relatively
and you've worked there, yeah. So just sit back and relax. One of the reasons I'm making this video, a lot of people keep asking, Queen, how is Scotland? Should I move to Scotland? Should I go to Wales? I mean, it's better we hear from the horse's mouth. I haven't lived in Scotland anyway. So please, if you've not subscribed, remember to subscribe. And if you're seeing me for the first time, please remember to subscribe. Now let's go straight to the video. Thank you very much. Remember to subscribe. So let's go to the video of today. Now, as my guest and as experienced UK resident, we know that in UK we have the Wales, we have the Scotland, we have England, you have the Channels, you even have the Ireland and Northern Ireland. So you have lived in Scotland, so can you tell us what, like, is the life in England and that of Scotland the same? Like, do you think they are the same? Do you think there is any different? Where will you advise someone to go to, you know?
Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor. It's my pleasure. I would say, like I always say, when questions like this come up, it's like someone will say, like, should I go to Canada? Should I go to Australia? Should I go to something similar like that? So I'll always say it depends on where the sun shines best for you. That's my philosophy about life generally. We could talk about the differences in terms of lifestyle, in terms of language and things like that, but I think ultimately it's about where the sun shines best for you, where you have the best opportunity, and I think you should naturally gravitate towards that side. Now, coming down to things like the differences or similarities, I'll start with the similarities, and I mean, there are a lot of similarities because they're all part of the UK. I mean, they're all UK. So part of the UK, and the lifestyle, the similar lifestyle, of course the same currency, the same pattern of work, everything is just similar as far as it's one large kingdom, one large entity. So in terms of differences, I could just say things like weather could be one, because it's much colder in Scotland, than in England. In Glasgow, particularly where I stayed, apart from the cold, is also wetter in Glasgow. It's always drizzling in Glasgow. So but if you come down to England, as you're moving down south, it gets warmer till you go all the way down to the coast of England. Any other thing I could think about, things like accent is also something else. Different parts of the UK have different accents as well, and then they speak the same English, but someone from Glasgow speaks the Glaswegian accent, you may not hear what they say at all. Really? So that happened to me when I came to the UK first. When I came to Glasgow, I had it very tough to understand what they were saying. Because it's English, but it's with the Glaswegian accent, and believe me, if you go there the first time, you won't hear what they say.
It's just like listening to someone from the northern part of our country speaking English.
So you really have to strain your ears, and in short, understanding that accent comes with staying there for some time. So, and it's the same thing because in other sides of England as well, you also have some places in England that they've got their own accents as well. So I think the accent is something that is maybe the contrast, the general thing.
Just theirs is thick, and theirs is like hard to understand.
Sort of. So, but apart from that, then there are also things in terms of benefits, in terms of things to how would I put that up? Well, benefits, if I'll use that word. Scotland has some distinct benefits. Firstly, is that prescription is free in Scotland.
Really?
Yeah, prescription.
Really?
Is free. Yeah, yeah. Particularly, something happened to me, and I laughed at myself. If I'll give that example.
Yeah.
I stayed in Glasgow, and prescription was free.
Yeah.
You could literally just go into the pharmacy, get any prescription, and it's free of charge. So, and then I came to when I moved down to England, I had a prescription. I went to Boots. I went to Boots, and the lady told me I had to pay for prescription. I was like, why?
Yeah, I remember you called my husband,
Yes.
and you were asking him if we pay for prescription.
Exactly. So that's it. And you're like, everybody pays for prescription in England.
In England, but not the same in Scotland.
Yeah, not the same. In Scotland, prescription is free. Then the university as well. The Scottish government pays university tuition.
Oh,
So if
really?
if you're based in Scotland, I think you just have to stay there for 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah, if you are, let's say you have kids, for example.
Yeah.
You know, all you need is to have lived in Scotland for 3 years.
Yeah.
So ultimately, those kids should have been in Scotland for 3 years, gone to school in Scotland for 3 years, and when it's time to go into the university for bachelor's program, the government pays for that.
So it's not like in UK they have to give you loan.
Yeah, like
But
in
because
England,
I know in England, children like 3 years they go to school free. Yeah, until it's time to get to uni.
Yeah.
And then if you are a citizen,
Yeah.
then you can apply for a loan.
Yeah. Yes.
So you're saying that in England you
in Scotland.
What am I saying? In Scotland, yeah.
Yeah. So in Scotland, you just I mean, the tuition fee is there. Don't get me wrong, but the thing is, it's not like a loan in this case. Now it's like a grant.
Oh.
So the government.
So you have to apply for the grant.
Yeah, you have to apply for the grant. But
Just
it's
like you apply for the loan doesn't come
exactly
automatically.
You apply for the grant and you will get it. It's what
Okay.
the government does, flat for everybody, every Scottish resident, which is wonderful.
Wow.
So bachelor's.
So prescription is free.
Yeah.
Bachelor's degree
yeah,
is free.
Yeah. But in England, a prescription is free for just pregnant
women,
and
elderly
children above 65 or 67,
Above,
and then
yeah.
children below 16, I think.
Below 16?
Yeah,
No.
I think below 16.
I think children. Anyway, I can't say I don't have a 16-year-old child.
Yeah, I think it's
but
below 16.
I know that when you are pregnant in England, they give you like a form, prescription exemption form.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So you're going to use it for 2 years, but the 2 years like is with your child.
Yeah.
So it means that within that 2 years, you can actually get prescription free for your children. But I don't know
children.
if,
Yeah, I'm sure children can get.
Ah.
Children get free prescription, but I'm not sure if it's up to. But I think it's still 16. I think.
Do you know 16 is almost an adult?
Yeah, I think, but children get free prescription as well.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so but it's just the working age that pays for prescription. But in Scotland, it's free.
Everyone,
Yeah,
no
prescription.
matter,
Yeah,
even you
prescription
as a student, you take your prescription free.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
It's free.
You know,
Even if you're working as a skilled worker, your prescription is still free.
You know, and to be honest, even if you're on a health and care visa and you're in England, you still pay for your prescription. Like I pay for prescription every time.
Pay for prescription.
And you know that even in the AIE, when patients come, when they are supposed to go home with medication, you don't just give them the medication.
Yeah.
No, they pay for it. Sometimes some of them are like, what's wrong with you? I don't pay for prescription. I'm in the hospital. You don't pay the ones you take while you're in the hospital.
Exactly, that's it.
But once
Any
you are
prescription
going,
you take out,
you pay for it.
Yes, that's it.
Except they are elderly or kids or pregnant.
Yeah,
they don't pay.
That's the clause. Yes. So, but the thing is, the tax in Scotland is a bit higher than that in England.
So band 5 here, band 5 in England.
Yeah.
But the tax is different.
Yes.
But anyway, life in Scotland is cheaper.
That's the thing. Yes. So life in Scotland is a lot. Not just cheaper. Cheaper is an understatement. Life in Scotland is a lot cheaper. So the truth of the matter is, if you look at way this and that, for that little increase in tax, I think you get a lot more.
Yeah.
From the benefits and the things that come with being in Scotland. Yes.
One of my friends actually told me that she's living in a council house. I told you now.
Yeah.
She live in a council house in Scotland, and I'm like, it's not automatic. She said no because she's pregnant. So because she's pregnant,
I don't think those. No. Those things you can't. I don't know, but I don't think you can get them in England.
No, you don't do it in England. No, you don't try it in England.
I don't think you can't even get a council house as a skilled worker.
What? Are you mad?
I don't think you can. I don't think you even can even apply
but
for it.
She is. I'm not saying was. She is a student. She's living in a council house.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, how? She said it's because she's pregnant. And I was like, oh, I have a friend in Scotland. He pays 700 in a 3-bed, and she was like, he must be living in a very big mansion. Even despite the council house as well, accommodation or rent in Scotland is a lot cheaper than England. Yeah,
it's a lot cheaper than in
I think it depends on the part you are staying, because I also have someone on my TikTok. She said she was paying like 1K. I'm like, are you sure you're in Scotland?
Yeah, of course. Every location wise, everywhere you go to, you'll always have location.
I think.
But the average places that you and I would want to live, and, save money as well.
It's a lot cheaper.
It's a lot cheaper in Scotland than
just
in England. Yes, it's a lot cheaper. So I think those are the.
What about the school fees?
It's relatively the same, but the fees as well for Scotland is also a bit cheaper than England. Yes.
I would even say Scotland is better, even if it's relatively the same, even if it's the same. I mean, you get to gain more.
Yeah.
Because in England, even if you go to the north, I know someone in North, when he was looking for an apartment, it was basically 500, 450, 500, 550,
even when I was
600.
back home and I was looking for schools, I was going through different. My primary concern was tuition fee, and I checked. I never knew the school I was going to till I started searching, So I searched, and the fees, like you said, the tuition fees. Before I noticed that the tuition fees in Scotland were cheaper than England.
Oh.
And that was what warranted me moving to
a lot of people move to the north to study.
Yeah, because the tuition fees is cheaper in Scotland than England.
Want to talk of places close to London? I keep saying London. What exactly is in London?
There's money in London, girl.
If there is a dump, I go and pack money. Yeah, I will go, but come on.
I think what England enjoys is population.
Yeah.
And like we know, population plays a great part, with things like development and opportunities and things like that. Because businesses will naturally, navigate or tilt towards where you've got people that can work, population and things like that. So England is naturally has that population, and then if I use the word, more opportunities anyway. But like we've also said, you strike your balance, you check what you're gaining, you check what you potentially losing,
because
and then you now check if it's better for
this
you.
thing you're saying now. I also have a friend, he recently moved from this place, our area, to Scotland, and he was like, God, there's no locum. The locum here doesn't pay well. This guy, he came to this place to do locum. Sometimes he just come here to do locum. Why? He said he can only do 20 hours in a week. So with how much? 10, 50, and he's a medical doctor. But then when he comes here, he does locum like £100 per hour, £95 per hour, £90 per hour, depending on the type of shift. And let's be frank with ourselves. Most of all this extra fund we get is from locum, from bank shift and agency shift that we do.
100%.
Because if you depend solely on your salary, like you are going back home,
100%.
Or you may not go back home, but then you will not send anything back home. And we in UK we live two lives. So the
reality of being black.
Exactly. So he had to drive to this place, our area, to do a locum. He did it because he can only do 20 hours, so he did weekend. I mean, when I was looking at this locum, he was like, Queen, look at this one is £100 per hour. I don't know if I can do it. He said, he came to work, he's going to go and do it. I was like, Jesus, £100. He said, but in Scotland, they really don't pay them that much. You understand? But he agreed that everything is cheap because the house he was living here before he moved was 950. They have increased the rent anyway.
Yeah.
But and just two bed flat. But now he's living in a 3-bed. I think it's a house.
3-bed house.
I think it's a house with parking space. You know, parking
wow.
space also add value to house.
Of course.
And paying just 700.
That's Scotland for you. You know, just like we've said, it's all about.
So I think even if the locum is a bit reduced,
you're still
the expenditure, you're not spending much.
That's it. You're not
and I also
much.
believe that the groceries will be cheap as well.
Yeah, the groceries are also cheaper, and the thing is this, because like we said, we've said the same thing several times.
Yeah,
it's about striking that balance, your income, your expenses, and what is your net. I don't think it makes it well. I don't want to personalize that, but it's of different individuals.
Yeah.
Why would you want to work so hard only to pay so much, and then you're still left with that same amount? Unlike someone that works less and spends less and still has that same amount. You see?
You're right.
So that's what we're saying. But the thing is this, like we've all said, is that do you have that opportunity to find yourself in either place? In either place. Yeah. Is if you have the opportunity to be in either place, then you can now choose. But if there's just one you have as your opportunity,
if you just have one choice, you don't have any other choice. So, you just have to
so it's all about, like we said, it's all about where the sun shines best.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
And someone also told me that for you to register, work with their health service, they have their own. They don't use Track.job.
Yeah, they have it's apply.nhs.scot. If
I know it has.
Because I used that. I used it. I was in Scotland, so I used the site. I know about it very well. Is I think it's apply.scot.jobs or something.
Don't stress your brain. I'll find it and I'll put it on the screen.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, it's different from Track. Track is
just for England.
Yes, Track's England and Wales.
And Wales, yes.
Yeah,
I think
England
Wales, they are more like with England in terms of. Anyway, you're not in Wales, so let's not talk about Wales.
Yeah, but we know Wales and England are more towards
they are closer than Scotland. Yeah. Anyway, so I think this is basically about choice, about personal, things. Because if, like you said, you spend less, you earn the same thing with someone in Scotland. I mean, someone in England. And to even think that prescription is free.
I mean,
like
prescription is free.
Prescription here is £9. It was £9.18.
£9.50 or something like that.
But they recently increased it because of what's that called? Recession or what? Yeah. They recently increased it.
I think it was about £9.50 or something.
For one prescription, one. Then if you're buying to 18 plus, oh my goodness. So, but it's free. Come on, I'm moving to Scotland. And you said that school is also.
You're making me miss Scotland. You are making me miss Scotland.
Do you imagine? So my kids, they will now have to come and take loan and be stressing themselves.
You're making me miss Scotland now.
To be honest, if your kids are in Scotland and they grow up and they get to go to school, uni, free.
100%.
What are you not saying? I'll move there. In fact, I'm moving to Scotland. Just kidding.
Are you sure the Scottish government are not paying you for this? Tell us if they are paying you.
They're not paying me. I'm just kidding. I love Scotland. I love England. I love England, to be honest. Okay. I actually like England I don't like cold. It's extreme. The cold in Scotland is extreme. I can't deal with it.
Well, you get used to it. I wouldn't say.
I
wouldn't call it extreme.
Because that's the first place you went to. You remember the first day you came to this area? You are literally not putting on your jacket.
Yes. It was so hot. Sorry. That's the. You know when I moved from Glasgow to this place,
I remember. It was hot for you.
Yeah, I left. It was funny because I left Glasgow. I had all my jackets and everything. Just so cold as usual in Glasgow. So I was coming down in this, in the same coach, coming from Glasgow to down here. So the funny thing was, by the time we got to walk close to this place, I started feeling so hot.
Exactly.
That same journey. It was not like it was after some time. That same journey.
You started
I started sweating. So I had to remove my jacket, you know. And by the time I got to my destination, wanted to go out to get something, I was literally in t-shirts.
You see, that's why I see a t-shirt, I'm still in a jacket.
So
the thing
and
is,
it's so hot.
That
to me,
was
it's so
the
hot
first
here.
place you got
acclimatized. Yes. Because now I know now when I'm here, it's so hot here.
You can't now go to Scotland just like and feel the same way. You're going to feel cold.
Honestly, so it's to me, it's so hot here.
It's here, it's hot. But then we still feel cold. So this is the first, our first point.
Yeah.
But
I went to a harsher place.
Exactly. Just like someone going to Canada in winter. I mean, you freeze to death.
I get what you mean.
So, but then, because I'm already used to here, I mean, Scotland is going to be more difficult for me.
I think you get used to it, to be honest.
Anyway, we eventually adapt.
Yeah, if it's something you want, I mean, by all means, just go for it.
Yeah, I mean, why are there coats and clothes?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you get used to it, to be honest. Because I know when I went there first, I was freezing, like I was literally shivering. But you get used to it if it's what you want, you know.
Yeah.
And of course, if the opportunity,
it's not what I want yet.
Come out for you.
But for my viewers, I mean, a lot of them have actually asked me about Scotland, about Wales. I'm like, come on, I haven't lived, even though I have visited, but I haven't lived, you know.
No, but to be honest, Scotland is a nice place.
Yeah,
I've been there, and I think this post is beginning to look like the Scottish government has paid us. But but the truth is, Scotland is a nice place. I've been there. It's people are warm. You know, it's a nice place to be in. To be honest, you just get it. I literally still miss Glasgow till today. I think that just tells you what the feeling is like.
But me, I like England, and I'm not moving to Scotland. I rather earn and spend it here. Yes, let me be frank with you, because you always find a way to cut some of your expenditures. You always find a way to cut it, you know. So
the truth is just that the environment is nice. UK is a nice place. So wherever you find yourself, you'll be happy.
It's nice. It's nice. Yeah. Okay, Becca, thank you very much for this.
Thank you for having
show today.
Thank you for having me.
Alright, guys, please remember to subscribe.
Yeah,
to
subscribe.
my
She's doing a great job. Subscribe.
Alright, bye.
Alright, bye, guys.
Bye.